Laurent Duvernay-Tardif, Alphonso Davies, co-winners, 18 votes for one, 18 votes for the other. One goes to, I believe, Jamal Murray, but I don't have that confirmed as of yet. Maybe Arash Madani can give it to us in the next hour. Pick up where you left off, because I felt weird teeing up the rest of the show when you were in fine form on what you thought the reaction to what was indeed a good story, right? Like one who comes from a refugee camp, makes Canada his home, learns to play the game, and turns into maybe the best left back in the world. And he's still a youngster in Alphonso Davies. And another guy who walked away from millions as a Super Bowl champion to help his country in the middle of a global pandemic. I don't know how the internet, maybe this is the reason why Twitter has jumped the shark. How the internet turned what this seems to be, on the surface, at least to me, a wonderful story about two wonderful human beings. And Alphonso Davies is that, at least from what we can see. And Laurent Duvernay-Tardif is that, at least from what we can see, and turns it into a bleep show. How did this happen?
I know exactly how it happened.
Okay.
I know exactly how it happened. Here's how it happened.
Okay.
Soccer is being talked about more than at any time in the nation's history from a media standpoint. Agree or disagree?
Agree.
Agree or disagree? Forge FC is going for a CONCACAF Champions League spot tonight in Honduras. Where else are you going to hear that? We're talking about it left and right. Tim and I have been talking about Alphonso Davies for 3 years. 3 years. So my message today to soccer guy in this country, and you know exactly who you are, the one who's been trolling Duvernay-Tardif all afternoon. You know exactly who I'm talking about. It is okay to have Alphonso Davies honored and the Laurent Duvernay-Tardif story honored simultaneously. How sensitive soccer fans are in this country in this moment is embarrassing. You need to check yourself right now and stop being that insecure. These are two unbelievable stories that shockingly, and we'll talk to Arash Madani more in a second about this because he had a vote, he was on the call, got the result that I think it deserved. Both of these athletes, for a lot of reasons, deserve the Lou Marsh. And don't tweet in and you don't understand 5 trophies in a year. I have forgotten more about soccer than some of you will ever know. Don't even start with me on that. Don't even start.
Tell him, Fixero. Tell him.
Canadian soccer fan, I love you. You're way out of line today. All of you. Whitecaps, TFC, Impact, Forge, the rest of them that I can't remember. All of them.
Even
Laurent Duvernay-Tardif, thank you, your kind. Tardif story is both an athletic and emotional story, okay? And as Tim alluded to yesterday, yeah, he played 3 games technically in 2020. But he was also part of an offensive line that kept Patrick Mahomes' uniform clean for an entire season. Clean in 2019, okay? Won a Super Bowl, but no, it's not good enough. He's not Alphonso Davies. Can't be Alphonso Davies. You're embarrassing yourself today, soccer Twitter. Embarrassing yourself. It's a joke what I read out there. It's a joke, and you need to be better than that. You need to be better than that. I was done.
I thought you were done, and I walked all over you, and I feel like an idiot.
You gave me the space I needed. I hesitated and left it open. That was on me.
I don't know necessarily there's 2 things. I don't know necessarily it's just soccer Twitter. Like, I think there's more people saying, well, he just played 3 games. I also think we need to say that we understand why soccer Twitter in Canada is so sensitive. Like, you and I both get why they are so sensitive. This is just the wrong place to be sensitive. Like, you and I both grew up with Hearts 2, Motherwell 1.
Shut up,
right? That's how
Graham.
we got soccer. I get it. I understand it. But to just crap on a story of a guy walking away in his prime from
in a global
millions,
pandemic. in a global pandemic.
After winning a Super Bowl, like, how many NFL players have won the Lou Marsh Award? Like, I know what people are saying. Oh, soccer players never get love. Go through the list. How many NFL players have won the Lou Marsh Award? I'm going to tell you right now, I don't think any. I think John Cornish won it. He plays in the CFL.
Plus today, one.
So he's the first.
First.
Like, I don't think, like, I get that people don't think that he did enough on the field of play. You can make the argument, but don't poop all. Like, I believe the number is, you know how many Canadians have started on a Super Bowl team? A Super Bowl winning team.
Question. No, I don't.
I think it's 4. I
Can't
tried
do
to
that.
count earlier today, and I think it's 4. 9 have won the Super Bowl. Started. The real story is one that you should just embrace and have fun with. Like, when we look back at 2020, let's be honest on how we'll remember the year.
Mm-hmm.
Was the focus really athletic performance, or was it the performance of an athlete? I, for one, am glad that we can acknowledge the difference and still be damn proud to call them both Canadians. And let's be honest here, if you follow Lou Marsh's history, there have been a ton of winners who have done it for one event. It's called the Olympic Games, and they won a gold medal, and Laurent Duvernay-Tardif won a Super Bowl championship.
Let me correct you. He won the gold medal of compassion. He won a gold medal for compassion. See, but you hit on something there, Tim, that I think is very relevant. To judge our athletes in 2020, how we judge everyone in other years, like the rest of us, we're all being judged differently.
Yes.
It's ridiculous. It is asinine. It is ignorant. It is disappointing. Choose the superlative. And I'm shocked by it. I don't expect much from Twitter, with good reason. There's plenty of evidence to back that up. I expected more today. And Tim, along the lines of going back to soccer fan needing to relax, Laura Armstrong, who was in on the vote today of the Toronto Star, just tweeted this. For all you soccer folks out there doubtful that the Lou Marsh Committee considers soccer players, good signs. 3 of the 5 finalists, Davies, Kadisha Buchanan, and Christine Sinclair. A first. End of Laura Armstrong tweet. This is a good day for Canadian soccer. This is a great day for football in this country. This is a great day for young people. I feel like, Tim, we're on the same page on this. Don't get me wrong. I was being facetious early in the show. There's a part of me that enjoys the Lou Marsh fight because I don't get it.
I can tell you what it is.
Go ahead.
I'll give it to you right now.
I don't understand this.
It's really simple. The Twitter fight that this causes every year, in the end, is because it's wonderful talk radio fodder, and really, in the end, a fool's errand. Like, there's no right answer. How do you compare athletes from there's a few years where there is a right answer. Every other year, you're comparing apples and oranges, and you're trying to determine which nectarine is the best. Like
a debate you and I have often.
Yes.
What's your favorite type of nectarine? I don't know. There's so many.
And
small ones, big ones. I don't know.
And all you have in front of you is a banana and a telephone. Tell me which nectarine tastes the best. Wait, all I got is a banana and a telephone. Go ahead. It's a fool's errand. It's fun to talk about. It's like before the UFC started and people said, what would win a fight? A boxer, a wrestler, someone doing karate, perhaps even kung fu. And people said
kung fu.
And everyone said, I don't know. This is what we're doing every year. And the best sports radio fights are the ones with no right answer. And this is like, imagine how far Canada has come as a sporting nation, Sydney, for you and I to sit here and say Jamal Murray, who averaged 27 points per game, almost 7 assists per game in the NBA playoffs, in a bubble with a pair of 50s, 2 40s, including a game 7 on Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, didn't even finish in the top 2 and vote. Imagine you and I sitting here and saying Christine Sinclair, who is the all-time leading goal scorer in FIFA history. Men, women, doesn't bleeping matter. She's the all-time leading scorer in FIFA history, and neither of those two are top two in the voting. Chase Claypool is doing something no other Canadian has ever done. And he can't even get a sniff on this. Canadians are playing at a level in a bunch of different sports that we never... You and I sat doing a podcast 10 years ago, and I don't think we envisioned Canadians at a level like Alphonso Davies is at, like Chase Claypool is at, like Laurent Duvernay-Tardif is at, like Christine Sinclair is at, and a bunch of people are pooping all over this, and I didn't want to use the word poop. I wanted to use Besiktas.
You could poop is acceptable. We're in a great place with these young athletes. We're in a terrific place. And you're right, the depth of field, I can't remember. I don't want to listen, man. I can't memorize every top 5 Lou Marsh vote in the last 10 years. Maybe someone else can. I can't. But this is a pretty good top 5. This is strong. And in a non-Olympic year. Like normally in the Olympic year, there's another 7.
But
and
that's also the part of this that bugs me is there's a bunch of people complaining that Laurent Duvernay-Tardif only played 3 games.
Are they some of the same people complaining when an Olympian wins for the good week? I don't want to disparage any Olympian. I can't do that. But are you having the same discussion? You better be, because this is the exact same thing. Except that this athlete also played a 16-game regular season plus playoffs, Super Bowl, won it, then went to a long-term care facility, then took care of people during a global pandemic, then tried to finish his medical schooling. On top of that.
Going to Harvard, yeah.
Going to Harvard.
Going to Harvard. Public health, yeah.
And some of you might not be impressed by that. That impresses me. That impresses me, I'll tell you. That impresses me much. And opposite Shania Twain. Right. I love both of these kids. They're unbelievable people. They are not only excelling in the field of play, they are role models for, like, when you know a role model when you see it. Like, I think Fred VanVleet's a role model. Laurent Duvernay-Tardif is a role model. Alphonso Davies is like speaking at the UN, for God's sakes. He's speaking at FIFA conferences. Like, surrounded by corruption. He's the only pure kid there. And he's still out there looking like the adult in the room. I'm proud of both of these guys. These are unbelievable stories. You can honestly, I'm not making this up, you can make 30 for 30s on both of them. And their careers haven't even started yet.
There will be.
Honestly. Like, that's the level we're talking about. So sorry, go ahead, Tim.
No, do it. Both of you you and I are both going to tie in a bow on this the same way. The same way. Go ahead. I'll let you do it.
Get your finger ready, though. I need you on your...
I got it.
That sounded weirder than it should have. Get your finger ready. You know what I'm asking for. What?
How many?
Congratulations to Alphonso Davies. You are a champion. You were a 5-time champion this past year, actually. Congratulations to Laurent Duvernay-Tardif. You not only are a champion, you not only are a Pro Bowler, you are an example for anyone in this country in terms of helping your fellow man, in terms of trying to better yourself and focusing on the priorities in your life. To both Alphonso Davies and Duvernay-Tardif, Laurent, congratulations.